exploring the complexity of reality and abstract concepts, identifying inaccurate conclusions by better understanding the limitations and matrices of thought systems, navigating between quantum realities and spiritual truths. In the vast ocean of information that characterizes our digital age, there is a profound current that transcends the ordinary and connects with the most intimate dimensions of the human being. Content that resonates across multiple planes of consciousness has the potential to spread virally, creating ripples of transformation in those who encounter it. This report explores the intersection of quantum physics, conceptual poetry, and existential concerns to create a framework that not only challenges our perceptions of reality but also inspires a collective awakening. Reality is not a solid monolith, but a web of possibilities that coexist in a state of permanent superposition. Like subatomic particles that can exist simultaneously in multiple states, our thoughts inhabit parallel dimensions that intertwine in the tapestry of collective consciousness. Every observation, every act of perception, temporarily collapses this wave of probabilities into a concrete experience we call reality. Aren't we observers and creators at the same time? When our inner gaze turns toward the event horizon that separates the known from the unknowable, a veiled truth emerges. We are not separate from the cosmos we seek to understand. The mind is not independent of the material world. It is, in essence, the interface where matter and consciousness meet in an eternal dance. When we dare to question the limits of our perception, we discover that the boundaries between self and other, between observer and observed, dissolve into a unified field of potentialities. This understanding is not only intellectual but visceral, a resonance that vibrates at the fundamental frequency of being. Content that transcends the ordinary to go viral activates deep emotional springs in those who experience it. It is no coincidence that emotions like hope and gratitude are powerful catalysts for sharing messages. These emotions connect with universal longings, the desire for transcendence, the search for meaning, and the aspiration toward a collective awakening. Only 30% of those who read these words will dare to question the fundamental structures of their own perception. Will you be the one who breaks the pre-established pattern of linear thinking to enter the multiverse of possibilities that lies beyond? Authenticity in a world of quantum superpositions is not about finding a single absolute truth, but about recognizing the probabilistic nature of all understanding. When we embrace uncertainty as a natural state of knowing, we free ourselves from the chains of inaccurate conclusions that keep us imprisoned in limiting matrices of thought. The fundamental paradox of our existence is that we seek certainty in a fundamentally uncertain universe. This creative tension between the yearning for understanding and the elusive nature of reality is the space where expanded consciousness flourishes. How do we distinguish between the illusion of understanding and the authentic wisdom that recognizes the limits of all understanding? Is there a fundamental difference between the quantum uncertainty that governs subatomic particles and the ambiguity that characterizes our most intimate perceptions? If every thought is a particle of consciousness that can exist in multiple states of superposition, what observer collapses the wave function of our deepest beliefs? These questions do not seek definitive answers, but rather initiate journeys into uncharted territories of consciousness. They are invitations to transcend the duality between knower and known, between seeker and sought. Modern physics and ancient spiritual traditions converge on a crucial point. Reality is not what it appears to be on the surface. Beyond ordinary perception, there exists a unified field where mind and matter are not separate entities, but different manifestations of the same essence. This understanding frees us from the illusion of separateness that has characterized Western thought for centuries. When we recognize that we are localized expressions of a universal field of consciousness, existential questions take on new dimensions. This is not merely a poetic metaphor, but a possibility that emerges when we understand